Well, that played into our hands, Dan, because everyone had 10 minutes. And so that's pretty brief. You get up on stage and you do 10 minutes.
Got the money in my pocket, got the carpet in my hand. I got myself a couple of tickets to see a rock and roll band.
It even got that. You had one package to do for the whole time. And therefore it gives you a chance to be composing one thing, you know, something with a bit of length in it.
Even let your hand down. Even let your hand down.
How are you?
I'm the caretaker here, mate. What's going on this day?
An interview. Barry Cox.
Oh, mate, there's no money in music, so I've taken up a caretaker job.
Oh, mate, I've got a real job. Well, one from the city, mate. What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
I've just got off a plane.
I know.
Yeah, oh well. Oh, good on you, Barry. We started playing together at school, and I think out of that, there was a little guy on a trombone and some guy on a scout drum. Barry comes slightly later. This is a school band.
No, I was on the scout drum, that was mine.
That was you, too. Oh, there you are. He was there day one. And little Billy Gayton, yeah. And that's kicked off as a lot of fun in a way, wasn't it? Then we started getting some work. We went in a battle of the bands, because we were just mentioning before Harry Bluck and his Plumbers. That's what they used to call his big band.
Yeah.
In those days.
Yeah, Harry Bluck, yeah.
Yeah, we came second. He's got the trophy at home.
It was called the Clap Trophy.
Yeah. We got a recording from 1959. In those days it was done on acetate. And acetate doesn't last too long. It's only a reference, isn't it? It's not meant to last long.
No.
Barry very kindly took it to a studio request, and they digitised it. It played and digitised it all those years later, and now we've got it.
Played a bit of jazz, and I, for some reason, kept on playing the jazz, and he went with the beaten tracks. And they used to play at the Hole in the Wall on Saturday nights. And we would play there Sunday nights with the jazz quintet.
That's right.
The Hole in the Wall was a house in Newcastle Street in East Perth. It was a fabulous little place, and I was taken there, I was only 17.
The other interesting thing is that the club that preceded it, which was near the ABC in Adelaide Terrace, was burnt down in the Melpomene, and a week later the Hole in the Wall opened with the same piano in it.
It was a big living room place that had a wall just completely taken away, and the bar on the right when you walked in, and it had room for people to stand, and the only seating in the place was a few around the bar, a few stools around the bar, and then there was this hole in the wall where they just knocked the bricks out. They were a fabulous band, really great band to watch, and Ross was an extraordinary front man.
We had access to a radio station. We used to go in there at night and get all the latest records that weren't here yet, English records and American records. And we could sort of pick things we wanted to do. So we got a Procol Harum and Vanilla Fudge and bands like that that nobody had heard of.
Yeah. Rock and roll, in essence, was just starting then, as viable gigs, you know, that people were going to, and then the promoter could basically make a buck out of it, and the whole thing worked. And yes, I was called away one night to play in a band that my mate at school was managing, Peter Andrews, and it was called the Beaten Tracks. And they asked me to fill in one night, and here I am.
Yeah, that's virtually it, isn't it? Here you are.
Yeah,
that started it.
That circumstance.
That started it all for you.
Yeah. I found myself all of a sudden doing Rolling Stones things, and there were lots of people, and they seemed to be really interested in it, and things were different. It just seemed important, whereas what we did was great, and I wouldn't be able to do what I do now if I hadn't done that. As a matter of fact, I have some mates of mine, rock and roll, and they reckon, you're a bit of a jazzy type of rock and roll player. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So
they can hear it.
Well, the Beaten Tracks, it was a Perth band. We won the West Australian Hoadley's Battle of the Bands, and we won the Sydney one. We beat Sherbet. Then we went to Melbourne for the national one, and we were wiped out by Doug Parkinson in Focus. And we hired these silly costumes there. We just got it all wrong.
Ross Partington was the singer, and he went into naturopath. He became a naturopath, and it was decided that he was going to be replaced, and this woman showed up with a girlfriend.
Don't get me wrong, 'cause I don't like it. Don't get me wrong, I do not like it. Just get me right, I'll do right. Don't get me wrong, I do not like it.
And sat there, and I said, well, you can't call it the Beaten Tracks anymore. It's got to be called something else. So we want everyone to pitch in an idea. So I went around the room, and I remember it vividly. And I got round the wedding, he said, call it Fucking Chain. We left the fucking out. Came Chain. Dave Hole was in the Beaten Tracks, and he left to do other things, and obviously because he's still out there, Dave, and we replaced Dave with Phil Manning. You ever seen the list of people who played in Chain?
I've been trying to put one together.
It's 4 pages long of fine print. If you needed a gig, ring Chain.